Dying on a gravel road, ash in an empty cup. Words I never spoke, your jacket on the backseat, sand in every scene. I taste your goodbye riding in the gasoline.
You left your lighter by the motel sink, burn mark on the curtain ring around my dream. The fan kept ticking like a guilty clock. I watched the vacancy sign fade and flicker soft. Midnight dust in my lungs, on your skin. Every mile between us feels one paper thin. We were rust, we were blood, we were sin. Now the dark desert sky won't let me in.
I passed the diner where you cracked your smile, said,
baby, this whole state's just one long trial.
your laugh hit the window, died in the air. I kept my hands steady, pretending not to care.
I see your shadow in the rear view glass.
Two ghosts in a booth talking about the past.
You stirred your coffee like you stirred my doubt. One slow circle, then you threw it out. Midnight dust in my lungs, on your skin. Every mile between us feels one paper thin. We were rust, we were blood, we were sin. Now the dark desert sky won't let me in. If I turn this wheel back to Amarillo, would you meet me halfway by that dried up river? Would you kill the engine, leave the keys in the dash, or just watch me vanish in the rearview glass?
All this quiet so loud it shakes the frame.
Midnight dust in my lungs, on your skin. Every mile between us feels one paper thin. We were rust, we were blood, we were sin.
Now the cold desert wind wears your name thin.
Midnight dust, where you at? Where I begin. Neon vacancy home above the ice machine.
Dust on my boots, her name on the TV screen. Faded on you,
Key on the dresser, moon in the bathroom sink.
your jacket on the shower rod, smells like the words we never think.
We drove this love right past the last gas sign, blew through the dust, left all the light behind. Now every mile just folds back into your name. In this desert motel room, I lie and testify to the blame.
You trace old wounds in the fog on the window glass. Ask me if I'd choose you, if I could roll back the past.
You laugh like a lamb testify to the blame.
There's a ring in the ashtray, half a promise, half a dare.
There's a road in your rear view you keep pretending isn't there.
If we step outside and let the night wind choose, will it carry us together or scatter what we'll lose?
We drove this love right past the last gas sign, blew through the dust, left all the light behind. Now every mile still folds back into your name. In this desert motel room we lie and testify to the blame.
Neon flickers once, and the dark comes through.
Whatever we were,
It died out under this moon.
you left your booze by the back door light, dust in the tread and your name in my mind. You said, don't wait, and I said I'll try, but the bed grew white as an open sky.
I watched your taillights crawl up that hill, red like a wound, I can taste it still. I took your picture from the kitchen wall, folded the corner like it might call.
Cinders on the wind, blowing through this midnight town.
Everything we didn't say,
Settled when the sun went down.
we burned so quiet.
No one saw the fire dim.
Now all that's left of us are cinders on the wind.
Found a cigarette in the truck ashtray. Lipstick ghost from a younger day. I struck a match just to watch it fade. Thought I saw your face in the smoke it made.
There's a motel sign, half the letters gone, buzzing like we did when the nights ran long. I drive past slow with the headlights low, talk to the shadow you don't even know.
Cinders on the wind, blowing through this busted town.
Everything we didn't say,
Hangs heavy when the dark comes down.
we burned so quiet.
No one heard the ache within.
Now all that's left of us are cinders on the wind.
If you're out there chasing what we lost, Does the moon still count the hidden cost? Would we do it over, or just again leave one more trail for the lonely wind? Cinders on the wind, drifting down these empty roads. Every lie we tried to live, written in the ash that blows. We burn so quiet, God, we almost didn't begin. Now all that's left of us are cinders on the wind. Just cinders on the wind. On the wind. On the wind. Headlights cut a crooked line out past the last dead sign. You said turn back, come to your birth. I drove on proud and blind. Ashtray full of almost, your hand shaking on the wheel. We wore our anger like new coats, too stiff to ever feel. We got dust in our mouths from every word we never spoke. Love turned bitter on the tongue, like cheap wine and too much smoke. You were fire in that rear view, I was ice on every valve. If I knew what I know now, holding on somehow. Motel sign flickered blue, static humming in the walls. You traced my name and spilled rye, then watched the letters fall. Kissed your shoulder, half a plea. It stared straight through the door. Said, I don't hate you, I hate this place. You slipped on the floor. We got dust in our mouths from every word we never spoke. Though turned bitter on the tongue, like cheap wine and too much smoke. You were fire in that rear view, I was ice on every doubt. If I knew what I know now, painted and the real. Left your boots in one gold reel. I drove circles in that parking lot. Like I could change a seal thing.
Now every desert radio sounds like you calling my name. Different towns, same long road, same slow, unforgiving frame. We got dust in our mind
From every word we never spoke. Love turned bitter on the tongue, like cheap wine and too much smoke. You were standing by that highway.
I pull over,
They cried down.
but the night keeps driving on.
And we just haunt this border town. Motel lights hums, red neon dead, key on the table, your ring by the bed. Desert wind sneaks through the torn screen door. Your name tastes like dust, I can't say it anymore.
Coffee gone cold in a chip blue cup. Your boots by the wall, but you never look up. Engine in the distance, same low drone. I trace his name in the condensation and leave it alone.
We got dust
In our rearview, ghosts in the cab, mouth full of I'm sorry's I never quite had.
headlights cut shadows across where we were.
You stare at the highway,
I
stare at her. Two cracked hearts in a long dark line, running out of road, running out of time. We passed that cross made of fence post wire, white plastic flowers, one flat tire. I almost asked you to stay, just stay. Tongue turned to leather, words blew away.
You grip that wheel like it's all you own. Knuckles pale as the sand and bone. I let one smoke, then another, then two. Thinking about leaving, but I always look back at you.
We got dust in our rearview, ghosts in the cab, mouth full of I'm sorry's I never quite had. Headlights cut shadows across where we
if I turn this truck around?
Would you still be there when it slows down?
Or just a shape in the mirror glass?
Another heat wave I let pass.
If you said my name like it wasn't a sin,
could I forgive what we did, what we didn't let in? Or are we locked to this lane, to this slow decline? Silent as mile markers, counting out our crime.
We got dust in our rear view,
ghosts in the cab, mouthful of I'm sorry's we never quite had.
headlights cut shadows across what we were.
You stare at the highway,
I
stare at her. Two cracked hearts in a long dark line, running out of road, running out of time. Motel lights, homes, red neon dead, your name on my tongue, a word I never said.
heard they shut the bar on County Line. Guess the ghost ran out of things to say. Your last note in my glove box faded ink, but it still frames. Half pack and a full moon, motels blinking out like bad mistakes. I drive past where you left me, like the road could make it straight. There's dust on our names and it won't wash off with rain. Every mile just spells it out in broken yellow paint. We were too proud to bend, too tired to take the blame. Now the night wind calls us both by the dust on our names. You still keep that map behind your bed,
Lines we drew,
then tore in quiet fights.
my jacket on your closet floor,
Smells like gas. And those last nights, you talk soft to the ceiling, say my jokes to an empty chair. Pour two drinks, then kill the second, like I might walk through the air. There's dust on our names and it won't wash off with rain. Every mile just spells it out in broken yellow paint. We were too proud to bend, too tired to take the blame. Now the night wind calls us both by the dust on our names. Turn around torchlight on this time. But the clock keeps chewing through the dark, and we just circle what we can't rewind.
There's dust on our names, and it won't wash off with rain. Every mile just spells it out in broken yellow paint. We were too proud to bend, too tired to take the blame. Now the night wind hums the truth every time it speaks your name.
Yeah. The night wind hums the truth and the dust on our names. Tire tracks fading in the sand, ashtray for a wedding band. On the dash where your feet used to be, motel neon in the rear view bleeds.
Coffee gone cold in a paper cup. You said turn around, I just turned it up. Watched your shadow fall across the sea. Now it's just dust on the passenger seat.
Your name like a song I can't quite sing. I keep driving circles round the same old field. Every mile I lose another year.
Yeah, it's just dust on the passenger seat.
And everything I never said to you
rattles like a chain in the rear. Found your note in the glove box, like 3 small words in my own bed, and I'm writing, come back home.
crossed out twice.
Guess I love my pride more than your eyes.
Desert wind humming through the door. Silhouettes of fences, nothing more. I left you standing in the kitchen glass. Now every empty road, where's your step? Your meanwhile was just
I can't quite sing. I keep driving circles round the same old field.
every mile I
Lose another year. Yeah, it's just dust on the passenger seat.
and everything I never said to you.
Rattles like a chain in the rear. If I turn back now, are you still awake? Porch light burning, or did it break?
Would you lock the door? Would you kill the phone? Or leave one lamp on for a man made of stone?
I rehearse apologies against this sky, but they fall apart before they leave my mind.
So it's just
Dust on the passenger seat. Your name like a song I can't quite sing. I keep driving circles round the same old fear. Every mile I lose another year.
yeah, it's just dust on the passenger seat.
And every road that might have led me back disappears in the mirror right here.
I should have turned us round there then.
Now it's only dust, only dust and me.
Headlights cut a crooked line on a two-lane vein of cracked black stone. You left your jacket on my backseat. Smells like you and gasoline and smoke.
Motel sign burst half alive. You traced my name in window dust.
Say we ain't hills, we ain't saints, just two bad habits learning how to trust. There's dust on the rear view, ghosts in the glass. Every mile between us is a shadow from the past. I keep driving through the dark, like I'll find you in the haze. But the road just keeps on pulling. All my yesterdays away. You cried quiet, face turned west, watching thunder bloom on distant hills. I should have held you, should have babe. The pride runs deeper than the wells we drill.
You said one day you're gonna miss the way I bite when I feel small.
I slammed the door, you lit a smoke. The cherry burned like a curtain call. There's dust on the rear view, ghost in the glass. Every mile between us is a shadow from the past. I keep driving through the dark, like I'll find you in the haze. But the road just keeps on pulling. All our yesterdays away. I still see your boast by my bed,
Kicked sideways.
I still taste that cheap red wine on your mane.
I still hear you cursing at the night sky,
saying love ain't mercy, love's just blame. There's dust on the rear view, ghost in the glass. judgment, burning all our yesterdays away. Empty seat,
Open road,
my name fading off your plate.
famed stars, different horizons.
Learn how to live with what we let escape. Headlights crawl on a busted two-lane vein. Ash in a tray, and your name in my throat again. That last motel,
Peeling paint,
crooked sign.
you said, boy,
This time you don't get a second try.
I left my ring in a cracked porcelain sink. Watched it spin like the end of a drink.
You slept hard,
Boots still on the bed,
I packed my fear.
and every word we left unsaid.
Dust on the rearview,
Ghosts in the glass,
every mile between us cuts like shattered glass. I loved you mean, you loved me rough.
out in that night desert. Even stars give up. Dust on the rear view, and it's never enough.
There's a diner sign,
Half lit, humming low.
coffee tastes like the years we let go.
Your laughter lives in the chrome and the tile. I tip too much, like I'm paying for our time.
I hear your voice in the buzz of the wire, telling me we could walk back through the fire.
But I know you burn first, then freeze. You say come home, and you're already leaving me.
Dust on the rearview, ghosts in the glass, every mile between us cuts like shattered glass. I loved you mean, you loved me rough.
Out in that night desert, even stars give up. Dust on the rear view, and it's never enough.
If I turn around now,
Will the road still know my name?
if you find that old door,
Would you walk through or walk away?
we're a long line,
Of lowlights and bad fate,
just two stray hearts.
no place to lay the blame.
Dust on the rearview, ghosts in the glass, every mile between us cuts like shattered glass. I loved you mean, you loved me rough.
Out in that night desert, even stars give up. Dust on the rear view,
Yeah, we called it love.
dust on the rear view, and it's never
and a rusted sign. Your lipstick on my coffee lid tastes like a truth I left behind.
Your jacket's still on the backseat rail, smells like tobacco and second chances. I read our names in the dust up front, erase them slow with shaking hands. You're the
Dust on the highway of my name, mile I drive. You sound the same, got a trunk full of could-have-beens and a heart I never claimed. In this night drowned desert, you're the ghost I cannot blame.
I passed that chapel with a broken bell, thought of a ring I never bought. You wanted Sunday and a front porch swing, I gave you jukebox prayers and talk.
I learned your silence like a second tongue. Every it's fine carved into stone. Now the stars burn holes in the ceiling above, and everyone spells out alone. You're the dust on the highway of my name. Every mile I drive, you sound the same. Got a trunk full of could-have-beens and a heart I never claimed. In this night drowned desert, you're the ghost I cannot blame. If I turn this wheel back to you, would the porch light still burn low?
Or would I find my shadow waiting on a door that won't unlock?
Some loves die like stray dogs on a road nobody owns.
You're the
Dust on the highway of my name. Every mile I drive, you sound the same. Got a trunk full of could-have-beens and a heart I never claimed. In this night drowned desert, you're the ghost I cannot blame.
taillights fading in the rearview rain.
I'll leave, but I stay the same. Highway's just a line of ash, moon's a busted porch light, hanging low. Your name's a match between my teeth. I strike it, let it glow.
Motel sign blinked once, then died. We swore we'd never end up ghosts. Guess I lied in that old Dodge cab. You lied the most.
Dust on the rear view, you in the glass. Too far to call it home, too close to call it past. I keep driving through the dark like I can outrun what we were. Dust on the rear view, you in every blood.
Coffee gone to mud and rust, ashtray full of almost truths. You left your jacket on my chair. Smells like young, smells like proof.
I traced goodbye on the window, watched it fade into my hand. If I loved you half as quiet, maybe we'd still stand. Dust on the rear view, you in the glass. Too far to call it home, too close to call it past. I keep driving through the dark, like in a run where we were. Dust on the rear view, you in every blur.
I left town like a crime scene.
I stayed put like a stain.
Every mile just writes your outline. Every night
You say my name.
we were tinder, we were thunder.
We were two wrong prayers,
Spoken into the same dark air.
dust on the rear view, you in the glass. Too far to call it home, too close to call it past. I keep driving through the dark, like I can outrun what we were. Dust on the rear view, you in every blur.
Headlights carve the canyon ribs.
Sky don't answer, never did.
I slow down for the empty road, then press it like we never slid.
He said I'm fine, eyes on the highway, knuckles pale on the steering wheel, ashtray full of half-finished endings, headlights carving out what's real. She watched the motels fade in the mirror.
Every vacancy a quiet dare.
Her suitcase riding shotgun between them, like all the words they were not shared. Dust on the rear view, ghosts on the glass. We were too damn proud to turn back. Love in the backseat,
Tied up and bound,
desert took our voices,
never made a sound.
dust on the rear view.
Thin as a thread,
I reach for your shadow,
but you're not there.
midnight town, one tide bar open, neon buzzing over chip red paint. He drank his courage down to the label, left his ring beside her name.
She walked out where the blacktop ended, coyote crying to a broken moon.
Her boots roll circles in the gravel, like maybe he'd come after her soon. Dust on the rear view, ghosts on the glass. We were too damn proud to turn back. Love they took our voices.
Not one made a sound.
Dust on the rear view,
Thin as a prayer.
I reach for your shadow, you're not there. Years later, same road, new tires humming low.
Different towns,
Same sky, same undertow. Two strangers crossing at a four-way light. Both of us driving past that night. Dust on the rear view,
ghosts on the glass.
we were too worn out to turn back.
Love in the backseat,
Buried in sand, left between the tire tracks. And what we planned, dust on the rear view.
thin as a prayer.
I touch the reflection,
You're almost there.
truck stop coffee, taste of rust, moon peeling paint off the neon bus. Your name scratched deep in my steering wheel. Every mile just spins the same old reel.
Dust on your halo, ash on my tongue.
We burn down an angel on the tip of a gun. If I turn this road around, would you even say my name?
Dust on your halo,
I carry the blame.
motel Bible, missing pages. Your shirt still fade with our old stages. Desert wind slips through the broken screen, whispers things I used to dream.
Dust on your halo, ash on my tongue. We burn down an angel on the tip of a gun. If I turn this road around, would you even say my name? Dust on your halo, I carry the blame. Headlights carving out your ghost. Empty seat, the one I miss the most.
Oh,
If you came back bleeding, crawling, torn, would I heal you or leave you in the storm? Dust on your halo,
ash on my tongue.
we burn down an angel on the tip of a gun.
If I lay my body down in this cold and crooked land, dust on your halo,
Red on my hand.
ooh,
paint flaked off your name, dust in the dashboard light still tastes the same.
Cigarette canyon, ash on your cracked boot sole. You said you'd just drive through, you carved it in my bone.
We're ghosts on a county line, headlights on a broken sign. Every turn I take, I circle back in time. You would have a promise, I was too proud to try. Now the sand keeps what we bury, and it never asks us why.
Cheap room, thin curtains, neon bleeding through. Your dress on the chair back, I looked, but not at you.
You spoke like a verdict,
Soft, but hard as stone. I waited for you to stop me. You just checked your phone. We're ghosts on the county line, headlights on a broken sign. Every turn I take,
I circle back in time.
you were half a promise, I was too proud to try.
Now the sand
keeps what we bury, and it never asks us why. If I turned the wheel that night, would you be asleep? My side of the bed, if I'd said your real name out loud.
would this dark feel less like judgment, more like shade?
Or were we meant to haunt this border we never quite made? We're ghosts on the county line, headlights on a broken sign. Every turn I take, I circle back in time. You were half a promise, I was too scared to try. Now the sand keeps what we bury, and it never tells us why. Wind in the mesquite takes what it's owed.
I let you walk in full of things I should have told her. Your name written in the dust on my dash. I wiped it once, but it comes right back.
Motel vacancy and faded red. Desert wind humming through a cracked door frame.
Your denim jacket on a rusted chair. Smells like rain in a town that never cares. We're going down slow in the midnight dust. Too crowded to beg, too broke to trust. You took the rain, left the radio low. I kept the silence, let the anger grow. If I had turned around at that county line, would you be here? Would you still be mine? In the midnight dust, with all rose light. I talked to your ghost on the rearview glass. Every mile more brass about the past. Coffee gone cold at a truck stop booth. I stir the cream, can't touch the truth.
I wear your sins like a sucking skin. Every scarred place your hands have been.
I hear your voice in the payphone ring. Let it buzz like a rattlesnake sting. We bound out slow in the midnight dust. Too proud to beg, too broke to trust. You took the ring, left the radio low. I kept the silence, let the anger grow. If I had turned around at that county line, would you be here? Would you still be mine? In the midnight dust, with a long rose light. There's a cracked blue sign says last chance gas. I kill the last, let the morning pass. Your shadow leans on the shoulder of the road.
Found the air, nowhere to go.
We keep on driving past what we need, chasing a hat that we refuse to bleed. We burned out slow in the midnight dust. Too proud to beg, too broke to trust. You took the rain, left the radio low. I kept the silence, let the anger grow. If I turned around at that county line, would you be here? Would you still be mine? In the midnight dust, with a long rose light. Headlights died. And although I drove too soon. That motel vacancy flickers like a bad idea. Ashtray full of almost half-warm beer and a folded mat.
You left your silver ring by the sink in a room at night and said, "Don't wait up, cowboy, I've been waiting on the line."
Out where midnight turns to gravel, every mile just sounds like your name. I drive circles through the blacktop, trying to outrun what I became. Dust in my teeth,
your ghost in the rearview glass.
If I could turn this wheel back,
honey, I'd still lose you, just slower than the last. Found your jacket in the trunk, smell like smoke and winter rain. All those words you never said, stitched tight in every scene.
you were good at leaving first. Headlights down that county road, I learned to love the taillights. Knew they'd fade, but watch them glow. Out where midnight turns to gravel, every mile just sounds like your name. I walk shoulders down the shoulder, counting stars I can't reclaim. Dust in my lungs,
Your laugh in the broken glass. If I could turn my heart off, baby, I'd still choose you. Then watch the choice collapse. I took the blame like a bottle.
I held the hurt like a flame.
We never learned how to soften.
Only how to point a name.
Now the sky's a torn up curtain and the road's a crooked line. You're a song I keep on killing just to hear it one more time.
Out where midnight turns to gravel, every mile just sounds like your name. Two old shadows on the blacktop, talking soft, taking the blame. Dust in our lungs,
Past burning low at last. If we could learn to leave each other, we might drive on, but we keep circling back.
you take the left side of the silence, I take the right side of the bed.
Same old room, same old desert, different rings we never wear again.
Motel ice machine humming in the dark. Plastic key tag spinning on my thumb. Your name in the dust on the dashboard. Half a tank, half a mind to run.
Neon open sign flickers like a bad habit. Coffee burning down the black tar. You left your jacket on the back boot. Smell like sweat and cheap cigars.
Moonlight on the surface road, white lines like old bones showing through. Every just turns me back to the time, crooked shape of you. We never learned to say goodbye. We just drove until the map fell through. Moonlight on the surface road, I still taste that last I love you.
You said forever in the London parking lot, bare feet on the warm cement, thunder rolling somewhere over Phoenix. Both of us already have spent.
You love the way I lied that I was fine. I love the way you never stayed. Two ghosts in a broke down Buick, picking which sin to trade. Moonlight on the service road, white lines like old bones showing through. Every mile just turns me back to the time, crooked shape of you. We never learned to say goodbye. We just drove until the map fell through. Moonlight on the service road, I still taste that last I love you.
If I turned around at Holbrook, would you still be in that town?
If I'd called your bluff in August, would you have laid your burden down?
We keep living in the rear view, where the dark don't make a sound.
Moonlight on the service road, white lines like old bones showing through. Every mile just turns me back to the time, crooked shape of you. We never learned to say goodbye. We just drove until the map fell through. Moonlight on the service road,